There's a common misconception that mothers and fathers don't share the same amount of rights. This is completely false. The court system is based on what's in the best interest of the child and maintaining the status quo. If the father spends more time with the child prior to any proceedings, a court will make a visitation and custody plan that emulates that sort of a schedule. There are many factors that'll cause a father to be treated differently in a child custody proceeding. One is any sort of domestic violence case that's pending. If there's any domestic violence going on in the family and the father's found guilty, and if the child was present or witnessed any sort of domestic violence, the father by default will get less time, or in many cases no time at all. Other than that, if the father has some sort of a work schedule in which he doesn't spend very much time with the child, the courts are going to go ahead and create a schedule that reflects that, in which case the father won't be getting as much time with the child. I believe I could be quite beneficial as a father's rights attorney because I understand the intricacies that go along with father's rights. I understand the factors that contribute to fathers having less time with their children, and I know how to combat a lot of these issues, or what sort of course of action the fathers could take in order to maximize their time with their children. Fathers enjoy the same amount of access to their children as the mothers do. They have the same amount of say when it comes to what school they go to, any sort of trips out of the country, medical treatment, access to religion, and any other sort of legal matter. My clients select me as their legal representative because I don't set unrealistic expectations. For most of my clients, it's refreshing enough that I answer the phone when they give a call. So I try to lay out the expectations for the case prior to my client signing up. I set realistic goals and I execute accordingly. Client communication is very important to us at the Bains Law offices. It's the backbone of our firm. I like to keep my clients informed because for most of my clients, this is their first time going through a legal matter. There's a lot of uncertainties, and a lot of the client's nervousness comes from not knowing what's going on. So if I'm able to maintain a sense of transparency with my clients, the less nervous they are throughout the court proceedings and the smoother the whole process goes. I try to answer as many calls as I can personally. Of course, in many instances, I'm not able to. I return all my phone calls within 24 hours, and I like to return all emails or text messages within 12 hours. I would definitely consider myself a small firm. I'm born and bred in the Central Valley. All of my cases are in the Central Valley, so I understand a lot of the needs of the people that are around here. The advantages of having a small firm on your case is that I get to pick and choose the cases that I take. They're not assigned to me. So I could focus my efforts accordingly, and I could have my staff have a one-on-one experience with all of my clients. Once I take your case, my goal is to see it all the way through. The reason behind us having an initial consultation is to vet the case and to see if both parties, the attorney and the client, are a right fit for one another. Once we've established that, I will see your case till the end. I maintain a professional relationship with my clients. I try my best to not only understand the legal aspects of what they're going through, but also to understand on an emotional level what they're going through. And that helps me navigate, one, my client expectations, and then two, the judicial system. So initial consultation with my client is to create an attorney-client relationship. Throughout this relationship, I try to understand all the vulnerabilities and all the sort of emotional trauma that my clients are going through. During the legal proceedings, I try to manage both the emotional and the legal perspective of my client's case accordingly.